Welcome back down the rabbit hole. I'm just getting started on renovating the workspace that'll house all my vehicle restorations. This workshop is more important than it looks. Get the workshop right and everything after this gets better. The cars, the process, and the project's still to come.
It always takes a lot longer to do the preparation than it does to do the painting. Well, let's see if that's the case because I've never spray painted before. So I'm going to be learning some new tricks as I go. If you guys are watching and I'm doing it all wrong, sorry in advance. Technically, it's still the same day. I just, I got a bit enthused after taping everything off and seeing some instant progress. So I went home, took a shower, took K-Dog for a walk. I know it's been a boring day for you. I'm gonna now try and learn how to spray paint. What's the worst that can happen? I'm trying to think that it's gonna be simple, and I hope that's the case. Make sure it is off, turn that on. Oh yeah, paint's going through. It is at bypassing. Oh yeah. That is awesome. Let's practice. Well, I've just literally turned it on and adjusted the pressure twice, and this thing is epic. It's just so easy to spray. I think we're good to go now. I upped the pressure, much better. I only notched that up hand tight. Well, it turns out when you turn the pressure up, it squirts out everywhere. So good!
These walls aren't just getting painted, they'll carry every tool I use. Bespoke timber walls, vintage tools, period correct feel, and an authentic way to work on these cars, and honestly, it should make a pretty wicked backdrop for you to watch it all happen.
I know what you're thinking, I look like a Smurf, and you're probably right. Well, I decided to shoot 2 coats. I let it set, just let it fly with the gun, probably used way more paint than I should have, but it has come out amazing. At the moment, yeah, she looks pretty orangey yellow back there, but that's mostly because the lights are covered up. But some great lessons, and I can't wait to shoot the balustrade. A few time lapses later and it's ready for paint. Learned a couple of valuable lessons. So I wondered why my overalls had such baggy, wide hems. So I taped my pants up earlier thinking that I was smart because I was tidying them up, and then rip. So yeah, lesson learned for the day. So I've got a nice rip in my overalls, but that's not going to stop me from throwing some paint down.
These time lapses are making everything look super easy, but the battens, they're really tricky to paint.
As you can see, covered in paint, definitely still look like a Smurf, but really happy. I would give myself a solid 7.5 out of 10 for my first go with the sprayer. Definitely using a spray gun, I would rate. Cleaning a spray gun, not so much, but it does give you a good opportunity to have a second beer while you're cleaning it.
And take a moment to appreciate how well I covered those niggly battens. Either side, along the front, and all the joins.
Welcome back down the rabbit hole. It's been a pretty productive last 24 hours. I've managed to paint all the outside of the balustrade rails, and the next port of call is to paint all of the walls around the outside that's my goal for this afternoon. One more note, I have fixed my overall situation. You will now see that I've rolled them up into some sort of overall short number, yeah, I actually kind of like them. They're comfy. Don't judge me, but totally judge me.
I decided to spray the edges instead of cutting in, just for speed, before getting on the end of a roller.
I want to share my enthusiasm with you before I kick into this. Graco have sent me this amazing paint roller that's pressurized. It shoots paint up the arm of the roller and holds it all under pressure, and all you literally do is squeeze the trigger and then the paint comes out the end of the roller. That was the easiest wall I've ever painted with a roller before. This thing is epic.
Removing the need to reload the roller means I'm absolutely flying along these walls.
So I've had a good sweat on. I'm pretty stoked with what I see back here, and once I layer all of the tools along the walls and put all the machinery in place and then actually start putting some love back into these cars, this place is going to come alive.
One last wall to paint. This time I'm going to add some color that will contrast the milling machine that will sit where I'm standing.
So everything is now ready to go for final paint, grinding, and then I've been putting a lot of thought into how I'm going to tackle this 2-part epoxy system by myself. I've got all the bits that I need, I think. So yeah, gonna get into it and wish me luck. I've got a floor grinder and a vacuum. I've given it a little test go before I get into it, just to make sure that everything works, and yeah, seems to be pretty good.
This is the first time I've done concrete grinding, but it's coming up okay. I do think, however, I'm probably going to have to do another round. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm zipping along at speed, grinding down through the years of grime and uneven concrete. But here's the truth. This is a slow process. As I go around the floors, I'm noticing some efficiencies I can pick up with not only using the machine, but also how I can get the edges and the finishing that much better.
I've done a little test section here, works pretty well. Noticed though that it was pretty dusty. Got an extractor fan with like 25 meters of ducting. Yeah, it's gonna be a big day of getting down on my knees.
This is the part no one glamorizes. Face right in the dust, breathing concrete, feeling every second of it. It's slow, filthy work, but it's the only way to do it properly.
I was in the thick of it, getting right into the grinding, and the concrete grinder that I bought on Facebook Marketplace died. It's kaput. I have no idea why. It's hardly been used. Not the best. So yeah, I've got to jump in the car now and go down and see the boys at Kennards again, and see if they hopefully have a concrete grinder available, because I'm on a deadline. The guys were able to hook me up with a handheld grinder. They call it a concrete mower. So I learned something new today. And dust vacuum, which is awesome.
So I'm straight back into the corners before tidying up any stubborn patches out in the open.
Well, I'm officially knackered, but a happy man. It's done. I'm gonna call it a day. But as you can see, it's ready now for the epoxy. Yeah. All I need to do is spend a couple of hours tomorrow taping and mopping, and then we're ready. It's absolutely hissing it down outside. It has been raining non-stop all night, but today is the day. So I've got a friend of mine, Ben, he's coming to meet me shortly. I've got a plan. We're gonna cut all of the backage in first, all around the posts, and then I'm gonna hit it with a squeegee, and we're gonna lay some flooring today. So 8 kilos of the base mix, 700 grams of the color, 2 kilos of the hardener, which will go in last, important. And then I've also put in 500 grams of methylated spirits. Now, Scott tells me that that will help just thin it out a touch for the base coat to go down. be a bit more forgiving, which I'm all about.
Well, I was super stressed about putting the epoxy down, and to be honest, it wasn't that bad, and massive shout out to Ben for helping me. It's something that you have to have a process for, and you have to know what you're doing to be able to apply it properly.
Okay, so I've come in this morning and the epoxy has done its job overnight. It's all set up. I've decided we're going to go all in, and we're going to go between a glass and a lacquer finish. So that means between sort of 2 and 3 millimeters of product on the top.
I had to adjust my epoxy calculations slightly, but I've got just enough. This is the final coat, and it's already clear, and the end result is going to be worth it. Jump over into episode 3 to see the finished result, and we'll see you down the rabbit hole.